Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 7 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 7 and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter ratios, rates and proportions. And the lessons we're going to cover today are understanding ratios, solve proportions, estimate population size using proportions, and rate of change. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well, right? Here I am on grade 7 math. We're going to start with the lesson understanding ratios. So let's just start with the lesson. Okay, what is the ratio of the green ducks to yellow ducks? So you are given some ducks. You need to find a ratio of the green ducks to yellow ducks, right? So how do you calculate the ratio? You need to count the total ducks. The total ducks are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? The total ducks are 6. And then how many ducks are green? 6 of the, sorry, out of 6, 5 of the ducks are green. So you can write the ratio as 5 to 1. 5 ratios are green, and because you need to write down the ratio of green ducks to yellow ducks, right? So green ducks are 5 and yellow duck is only 1. So you can write it in the ratio form 5 to 1, right? That means there are 5 green ducks and 1 yellow duck. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the practice questions, test questions. Okay, what is the ratio of green tub to purple tub? So, which is the correct option? You need to count the green tub and the purple tub, and you have to write them in the ratio forms, right? So, you have one green duck, sorry, duck, where is duck? Tub. Okay, you have one green tub and one purple tub. So, you can write it as 1 to 1, right? So, option number 1 is the correct option, right? What is the ratio of the red rectangles to purple rectangles, right? We are given the options 1:3 and 1:4. So which is the correct option? So you have three purple rectangles, and you have one red rectangle and three purple rectangles, right? So that is 1:3. The correct option is 1:3. Got it? The correct option is 1:3. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the ratio of brown pentagons to total pentagons? So which is the correct option? You have total two pentagons, right? So brown to total. Brown is 1 and total is 2. So that is 1, 2, 2. Got it? The correct option is 1, 2, 2. What is the ratio of the blue jeeps to total jeeps? So which is the correct option? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue jeeps and total jeeps are 10, right? So that is 9 to 10. The correct option is 9 to 10, right? Option number 2 is the correct option. What is the ratio of the yellow balloons to blue balloons? So which is the correct option? Yellow balloons are 6 and blue balloon is 1. So that is 6 to 1. The correct option is 6 to 1. Got it? The correct option is 6 to 1. Okay, the next one is what is the ratio of green parakeets to total parakeets? So which is the correct option? So the total parakeets are 2 green parakeets and 4. So that is 2 to 4, right? The correct option is 2 to 4. What is the ratio of the purple t-shirts to blue t-shirts? So which is the correct option? The total t-shirts are 6 and the purple are 4. So that is 4 to 6. The correct option is 4 to 6, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is the next lesson is Solve proportions in steps. So let's just start with the next lesson. Okay, let's just start with the first example. That is, solve for v. You are given the proportion that is 2 by 9 equals 10 divided by v. So basically, you need to solve this proportion for v, right? You need to calculate the value of v here. So let's just see how do we solve 2 by 9 equals 2 by 9 equals 10 divided by v, right? You need to find the value of v, just cross multiply, right? Do like so you have to do v times 2 equals 10 times 9. You need to calculate the value of v only. You need to move that v, so you need to divide both sides by d2 times 1 is 2, you are left with just v, and 2 times 1 is 2 and 2 times 5 is 10, so 5 times 9 is 45. That means the value of v is 45, right? So V equals 45, right? Let's just start with the test questions. Solve for a solve for A in the proportion. You need to solve this proportion for A. So okay. So that is 15 divided by 12 equals 8, right? So just cross multiply, move that 28 to other side. So that is 15 times 28 over 12. We need to calculate the value of A, right? So that would be 3 times 5 is 15 and 3 times 4 is 12 and 4 times 1 is 4 and 4 times 7 is 28. So you are left with 5 times 7 and 5 times 7 is 35. That means A equals 35. The correct option is 35. Got it? The correct option is 35. Solve for V in the proportion. So you have to solve for V, that is 2 divided by 9 equals 10 divided by V. So just cross multiply, that would be V times 2 equal 10 times 9. So that is V equal, divide both sides by 2. So that is 2 times 5 is 10 and 5 times 9 is 45. So the correct option is 45. The correct option is V equals 45, right? The correct option is 45. Okay, the next one is solve for C in the proportion. Okay, you can solve the question on your notebook. I am waiting for the answers from your side, so you can please solve. The correct option is yes, very good. That is 50, 25. The correct option is 25. Very good. Solve for age in the proportion. So, which is the correct option? You need to calculate the value of age. So, which is the value? You need to calculate the value of age. So, which is the correct option? The correct option is yes, very good. That is 10. The correct option is 10. Very good. Okay, the next one is solve for q in the proportion. You need to solve this proportion for q. So, which is the correct option? Yes, that is 6. The correct option is 6. Solve for k in the proportion. So, which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? Yes, that is 42. The correct option is 42. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is population, estimate population using proportion. So let's just start with the next lesson. How do we estimate proportion population using proportion? Let's just start with the first example. Alice is a farmer who has noticed a lot of snails eating vegetables and want to estimate the number of snails on her land. She set up traps and catch 30 snails. She marks the snails, releases them, and replaces the traps. Later, when she returns to the traps, she counted 1,000 snails, 12 of which are marked. To the nearest whole number, what is the best estimate for the snail population? You need to calculate the best estimate for the snail population, right? So basically, you need to know how many snails were in the sample and how many those were marked, right? So that the ratio would be marked snails counted and divided by the total snails, right? So the total marked snails were 12 and the total estimate is 1,000, right? And the one that they originally marked were 30 divided by the estimated. You don't know the estimated population, right? We need to calculate the estimated population. So just solve this proportion for P, and the P equals 2500, right? That means the best estimation for the snail population is 2500. Got it? Let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, wombats are animals that are native to Australia and are related to kangaroos. To estimate the wombat population, Professor Morgan's research group trapped 80 wombats and tagged them. They returned the tagged wombat to the wild and a week later trapped 280 wombats. Of those, 32 were marked. To the nearest whole number, there is the best. What is the best estimate for the wombat population? Okay, so there are 32 marked out of 280, right? And they marked 80 out of the, you don't know how much total, right? That is the estimated value you need to calculate. So you have to solve this proportion for P, right? So just solve, that is P equals 80 times 280 divided by 32. So that is 8 times 4 is 32 and 8 times 10 is 80. 4 times 1 is 4 and 4 times 7 is 28 and 0. That is 70 times 10 and 70 times 10 equals 700. That means estimated population was 700. Got it? The correct option is 700. A rancher wanted to estimate how many gophers were living in his property, so he marked 99 of them with tags. Driving around his property a few weeks later, he found 27 tagged gophers out of 270 gophers he counted. To the nearest whole number, what is the best estimate for the gophers population, right? So you need to calculate the estimated population. So you have the total 27 of them were tagged out of 270, right? Originally, they marked 99 out of how many? You don't know, right? So let's just solve this proportion for P. So that would be P equals 99 times 270 divided by 27, right? So that is 99 times 10, that is 990. The correct option is 990. Got it? The correct option is 990. Lauren is a scientist who works with the Department of Agriculture. In order to ensure a good harvest, Lauren keeps track of various local caterpillar populations. She catches 200 caterpillars, marks them, and then releases them. Then later she catches 810 caterpillars, 20 of which are marked. To the nearest whole number, what is the best estimate for the caterpillar population, right? So you have 20 were marked out of 810, and originally they marked 200, and we need to calculate the estimated population. So just solve it for the P, that is P equals 200 times 810 divided by 20. So the correct option is Yes, that is 8100. The correct option is 8100. Got it? The correct option is 8100. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So let me just move on to the next lesson. And the next lesson is okay, the next one is rate of change. Let's just start with the next lesson, that is rate of change. Okay, a Girl Scout troop recorded how many boxes of cookies they sold each day for a week. Right here is the table that keeps record how much cookies they sold each day. So according to the table, what was the rate of change between Sunday and Thursday? Sunday is 35 and Thursday is 35. We need to calculate the rate of change, right? So how do you calculate the rate of change? You have to calculate change in value divided by change in time. On Sunday that was 35 and on Thursday that was 35. 35 minus 35 is 0 and the difference between these two days is 4. So that would be 0 minus 0 equals 4. So that is 0 boxes per day. Got it? Let's just start with the test question. Okay, Mrs. Harrell hosts an annual art contest for kids and she keeps a record of the number of entries each year. According to the table, what was the rate of change between 2006 and 2009? So you need to calculate the rate of change. So the rate of change is change in value divided by the time, right? So 2006 it is 36 and 2009 it is 33. So that is 33 minus 36 and there 4 years it is, right? So that would be 33 minus 36 is 3 years, not 4. So that would be 33 minus 3 divided by 3 equals negative 1. So that means there is negative 1 entries per year. The correct option is negative 1 entries per year. Okay, fans of the Satterberg baseball team compare the number of games won by their team each year. According to this graph, what was the rate of change between 2002 and 2004? Okay, here is 2002, here is 2002, and here is 2004. So the rate of change is change in value divided by change in time. So in 2004, that is 30, and in 2002, that is 38. And how much the difference between years, that is 2. So negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4 games per year. Yes, that is negative 4 games per year. Okay, in trying to calculate how much money could be saved by packing lunch Grayson recorded the amount he spent on lunch each day, right? According to the table, what was the rate of change between Tuesday and Wednesday? Okay, Tuesday it is 5 and Wednesday it is 9, right? So you have to do 9 minus 5 and the rate change in time is just 1 day, right? 9 minus 4 is 1. That means that is $4 per day. The correct option is $4. Got it? The correct option is $4 per day. Okay, for the next one, you have to calculate the value, right? Okay, the next one is a school administrator who was concerned about great inflation looked over the number of straight A students from year to year. According to the graph, what was the rate of change between 2011 and 2013? That is negative 3 students per year, right? The correct option is negative 3 students per year, right? A pair of green high school hockey fans counted the number of games won by the school each year. According to the table, what was the rate of change between 2005 and 2006? Yes, that is 3 games per year. The correct option is 3 games per year. Yes, hi Mr. Ati. You have any question? Allingston Consulting, the head of human resources, examined how the number of employees with health care benefits varied in response to policy changes. According to the graph, what was the rate of change between 2013 and 2014? So, which is the correct option? Yes, that is negative 8 employees per year. The correct option is negative 8 employees per year, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just calculate the constant rate of change. So basically, when we talk about the constant rate of change, that would be the uh, whenever we talk about the constant rate of change, that is actually the slope. So let's just calculate the constant rate of change, right? This graph shows how the cost of a cab ride depends on the distance in miles, right? So what is the rate of change? Rate of change is the slope, right? That is change in y divided by change in x. You need to calculate the change in y values divided by change in x values. So you can select any 2 points on the graph and you can calculate the values from 2 points, right? So let's just select the first point on the graph, that is hello. Okay, here is the first value on the graph. Here you have x is 0, y is 5. Here you have another point on the graph where x is 2 and y is 9. So the rate of change is slope, that is change in y. That means you need to subtract the x1, y1, this is x2 and y2. Y components 9 minus 5 divided by 2 minus 0. 9 minus 5 is 4. 4 over 2 is 2. That means the rate of change for this graph is 2. So whenever you talk about the constant rate of change, the constant rate of change means you need to calculate the slope, right? So we can calculate the slope by calculating change in y divided by change in x, right? Okay, just look at this graph. This graph shows the number of plants Roby can have in the backyard is related to the number of seed packets she have. What is the rate of change? Okay, so you have to calculate the rate of change. Just select any 2 point on the graph. So they are 0 and 1 and 1 and 3. So just calculate the rate of change. 3 minus 1 divided by 1 minus 0, that is 2. So the rate of change is 2. Got it? The rate of change is 2. If you have any question related to the lesson with constant rate of change, you can please ask. The correct option is 2. Okay, this graph shows how the total number of hair bands Heather owns related to the amount of money she spent on the additional hair bands. So what is the rate of change? So you can select the same way, just select any point, 2 points on the graph, and you can see like this change in x is only 1 and change in y is 2. That is the change between the 2 points. So that is 2 divided by 1 and the correct option is 2. Got it? When you are given with a graph, that would be very easy for you to calculate the slope like I did just now. I will explain this method for the next question so that you can calculate the slope very easily, right? Okay, so just select any 2 points on the graph, right? For example, the first one I'm going to do is like this and the second one is like this. So just make a triangle. Start from here to like this and then make a line like this. So here is the triangle. See, from here to here you have just one box. From here to here you have 1, 2, 3. So the slope is 3 divided by 1. That is change in y divided by change in x. So the slope is 3. Got it? So calculating slope from the graph is this easy. The correct option is 3. And you can select any 2 points. Okay, this graph shows how the cost of a cab ride depends on the distance in miles. So let's just calculate the slope. So here is the first point and here is the second point. So make a triangle like this. So that is 2, 1. That is 2 over 1 and that equals 2. So the slope is 2. Got it? Okay. What is the slope for the next one? You have to answer. Which is the correct option? that is 3 divided by 2, and yes, that will be 1.5, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 7 math. The chapter we were working on is ratios, rates, and proportions, and the lessons we have covered today are understanding ratios, solve proportions, estimate population size using proportions, rate of change, and constant rate of change. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10, right? So if you have any questions related to the lessons we have just finished, you can ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So please ask if you have any question. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.